Country 105, Graham in the mornings. That was Mr. Blake Shelton. I lived it by request, and we liked the caller who requested it so much we kept him on the line to talk about it. Blake, you still there?
Oh, I request. I was so excited. I thought somebody actually wanted to hear my song, like I actually had a fan for once.
Man, you got a ton of fans. You got 3 of them in studio right now. Myself, David, and Amy. We love you, buddy, and we're so glad that you're taking time to call in.
Oh, no problem, man. I was just telling him that I'm excited to talk to you guys. This is my hometown radio station, basically, especially the last few years, man. I get in my truck when I'm there working on The Voice or just hanging out, and this is my station. This is what I listen to.
Man, well, you're our artist, man. We love you. I do want to take a second selfishly. I loved the Dukes of Hazzard growing up. I carried a lucky $2 bill that my grandpa gave me, and I would never spend it. And I did push a mower more miles than I drive in Los Angeles. So this song, I lived it, speaks to my soul.
Well, it's so funny. That song, whenever I wanted to record it, I was thinking, well, at least my older fans my age, they'll understand what it means, because I don't know how many kids would find it interesting that, I was listening to Waylon and watching the Dukes of Hazzard, and my uncle was putting tobacco on my, bee stings or whatever.
That's right.
But it's so funny that's still what happens. I find out that once the song came out, people more than ever have come up to me and had a story about. I shouldn't say more than ever. There's been a handful of songs, but it's been a long time since I've had one that people come up and they have their own stories they want to tell me. Something that I lived it. Reminded them of, growing up or even today,
Well, we want to talk more about I Lived It and actually The Voice here coming up in a few minutes. So stay with us. More with Blake Shelton right around the corner. Skill Country 105, Graham in the mornings. Shelton is hanging out. We've been talking I Lived It and country music growing in so many directions, which is great. I love what artists are doing. But how cool is it that at its core, a song like this with its sound is resonating and connecting with everyone so well?
Well, I love that, and I can testify to what you're saying because Gwen, who did not grow up country in the least, and she'll be the first to tell you that it's her favorite song on the album, and it's just everybody has a way. You get the feel of what that song is about, and it basically just takes you back to a more innocent time in your life, and whether you lived those actual moments or not, you feel what the song is about and what it's meant to do, and so it doesn't surprise me to hear that there's people that relate to it that maybe didn't grow up out in the country or back in the 80s when I did, but they can still relate to the song and what it's about.
Well, she might not have grown up country. She's getting a crash course though, isn't she?
She is. You talk about it's not just country. It's worse than that. It's redneck.
Oh man, come on, that's the best.
She's lost her kids to it too. That's the best part. There's no coming back.
I love it. All
once
right,
they go country, they don't come back.
Blake, can you hang out just for a few more minutes with us, bud? We'd love to pick your brain about a lot of things going on in your life.
Sure, let's go.
All right, more with Blake Shelton coming up. And Blake Shelton on the line. Blake, you still there, bud?
I'm here.
We want to start out by saying happy belated birthday, man. You were so kind. Yesterday was your birthday, and you're coming on the show today. Want to make sure that you got to spend it the way you wanted to. Everything good on the birthday?
It's all good, man. I made it through, apparently, so.
Apparently.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
That is. Now, The Voice, can you believe it's already been 14 seasons?
No, man. We do 2 a year, so that's helped it go by, quickly. But still, at the same time, we've been doing this for 7 years now, and we're literally next week we start the blind auditions for season 15. Next freaking week, we start.
Unbelievable. People are loving it, though.
Adam and I laugh about it all the time because when we signed on, we literally kind of didn't really know what to think of the show. It seemed pretty corny, to be honest with you. I mean, there's these chairs, you hit a button, your chair turns around. It's almost like it's very game showy. but it's very competitive, you know, and so both of us kind of thought, well, this will never last, but at least we'll be on TV and we can play a song or two and, you know, try to get our music out there. And we never would have dreamed that the show would have blown up like it has, you know. It's just taken on a life of its own.
Well, you get credit. I mean, you've been carrying Adam for 7 years now.
I know. I'm tired of
I'm tired.
I wish the guy could get a sense of humor and you know, a brain and maybe, you know, contribute to the show a little bit.
If he could just add a little. Now, we know that you love all the contestants. You are one of the most easily liked people in entertainment. But can you just be honest, how good did it feel at the end of season 14 to see his team eliminated? You still had 2 in the running.
Nothing makes me happier than to see Adam struggle. And that's a fact. And so, you know, he's convinced. You know, last year we started a thing called the block button, and basically, if you know, it's in the blind auditions. You get to use it one time throughout the entire season, and you hit your button, and you can direct it to whichever coach you don't want to get this artist. Well, he got blocked out of an artist early on that I blocked him on, and he swears, you know, if it hadn't have been for that, he would have won, you know, the season, and he's still upset about the whole block thing. So he's been protesting that since it came out.
All right. More with Blake Shelton. Please don't go anywhere. Coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us. It's Go Country 105. Shelton on the line. Before we go any further, man, we want to say congratulations on the hardware you picked up at the CMT Awards.
Wow, what about that, man? I did not expect that at all. In fact, every time I didn't expect you to say that just then. Every time somebody said something to me about it, it's like, oh my God, that really happened. Because, you know, at this point in my career, and it happens, you know, to everybody, if they're lucky, they have that moment where, you know, they're hot for a minute and they win a bunch of awards, and kind of when you get over that hump, it pretty much never comes back again. And so I've kind of decided in my mind, you know, the last couple of years that my award-winning days are over, and I was lucky to have them at all. And so, man, to win those 2 things the other night, it's like, wait a minute, I'm going back over the hill. I'm not done yet.
Yeah, you doubled back. You circled back around, pick up some hardware.
That's right. It was a good feeling, especially knowing that that's a fan-voted award, you know, because, you know, people, and I'm the same way, you know, we'll watch the Grammys or the CMAs or whatever award show it might be, and a lot of times people walk away scratching their head and frustrated with the politics of the industry and things like that. And so, you know, and not to say that people didn't walk away from the CMT Awards scratching their head wondering why in the heck I won, but at least, you know, if fans voted on it, and there's really no way to argue with those. And so it gives you a good feeling when you do win one. I've won not that many of those, to be honest with you, in my career. And so to be able to pick a couple up here at this point, almost 20 years into my recording career, it's a good feeling, man.
Someone asked me what I thought. They were like, if you could guess, where do you think that Mr. Blake Shelton's going to do with those 2 awards? My response, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I said, well, they'll probably look real nice in Adam Levine's house.
You know, I had more fun rubbing in because with the CMT Awards, see, Adam can feel good about telling me congratulations and he's happy for me because he'll never be nominated for a CMT Award. But when it comes to like a People's Choice Award or American Music Award,
yeah,
those are the ones that I love to,
right,
you know, bring up to him and shove in his face and ask him if he wants to keep them at his house. Those are the ones that hurt him a little bit.
All right, wonderful. Hey, Blake Shelton, we love you, buddy. Thank you so much. You're always so kind with your time. You could not be a cooler guy, and you always make life better whenever you call in, bud.
I listen to you guys all the time, man, and you guys play great country, play a lot of things that I love, and I even hear one of my songs in there once in a while. So appreciate you guys, and it's a great radio station.
Thanks, man. We love you, buddy. You have a great day.
Okay, you too.
Traffic brought to you